what did the film show you? The tape, I'm sure you looked at it.
Yeah. The 34 minutes, or you want the extended version?
The extended version.
Well, I mean, I don't think that they played us off the park in 34 minutes. They might have had a little tiny bit more possession, tiny. But I thought we had maybe a couple of chances. I think our best chances, came from early in the game. Knew who getting down the sideline the first couple minutes. Albert's shot, maybe he gets it on frame, maybe he doesn't see, I forget who it was, JP coming. The set piece after we'd taken a red card, that was probably our best. The corner kick that Annie's been working hard on, all the guys have been working hard on that one corner kick where Jordan's at the back post. That was a okay chance. Maybe Jordan has it back across. So I don't think it's an even game. Who knows what the game would have come out, how it would have turned out. Then the red card happens, the first one. I've watched it a bunch of times now. I mean, look, there's no intent there. So is it serious foul play? Does it endanger the safety of the opponent? Man, maybe you could make that argument, but I thought it was a little soft. Jackson certainly didn't have any malice in it, but it, certainly changed the game. And then, Alex's was just not thinking very smart. And then the second half we struggled to keep possession. We had a half chance here or there to get out of our half, but after the first goal goes in, I think the team dropped a little bit. They kept fighting, but you could just tell, and then the second goal killed us.
When you were full, because it's tough to decipher once you're down to 10-9, did you feel once your team went behind the ball, they were in the right defensive positions? Because you had players back after you lost the ball, but they needed to be.
I'm sure you saw it, Maz. You're pretty smart, but we changed our formation at halftime, and it was good, and we were in control. 5-3-1. The guy up front that can run. 3 midfielders moving together, back line of 5, wing backs going, trying to create something. Thought, they were, again, keeping possession, but were they really ultimately that dangerous? Thought we controlled certain moments of that.
But your team didn't really create anything in that second half, all the way till maybe the Josh Atencio hit on a corner kick. So did it seem like, even after looking the tape, would you say that taking Raul Ruidiaz was the right go?
I still stand by it. I know you watched the game 3 times. I get it. But the fact of the matter is you're not going to have a ton of possession going down a guy. Okay? And Raul, to his credit, has worked awfully hard. Awfully hard. But what is his skill set? He's maybe more of a possession guy, clever. You get the ball in attacking third. That's where he's at his best. He had a ball from Albert in the 27th minute, which I'm sure you saw. Instead of running in behind, he kind of stops because he just doesn't have that anymore. There was one play earlier in the game where he's in behind, and I don't know if somebody shoved him off balance, but he falls. So it's just not his skill set. Mm-hmm. And when you concede possession and you're playing a little bit further back on the field, I believe that the smart thing to do is get some guys that are good in transition on the field.
Looking at that and going through what you're saying, I mean, it seemed like you guys, most of your attacks in the first half, 38% of it came down the left side through Jordan. It seemed like when Jordan was gone, you guys had no outlet anymore. Do you feel like that's an issue? Maybe another player could have come in to give you someone that could extend the field on that side?
You are a little bit behind the 8 ball with down a guy. And so you can't play the same setup if you're talking about Leo Chu or someone sparking it, certainly after 1-0 and then 2-0 right after. We had talked about certain things, but by that time I don't think the changes would have impacted the game greatly.
The team made a trade today, Xavier Arreaga to New England. First on Javi, what has he meant to this club over the last 5 years?
Well, it's a great question. I mean, without Javi, maybe we don't get to MLS Cup in 2019. He had a really good performance down in LA. He's been a guy in and out of the Ecuadorian national team, won us a lot of games, CCL run, he was involved. So good overall teammate, good overall pro for the club.
And then you getting that financial flexibility, maybe looking ahead to the summer window. What do you hope to be able to potentially add to this team, later in this year?
Yeah, I think that was Craig's area of expertise, but I think it's a good move because I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but after Jackson kind of established himself, we had conversations with Javi about moving on because he wanted to play. He's in the prime of his career, and I think we accomplished two things. We gave Javi an extra chance to solidify himself with a different team. We collected money that we can use in the summer, $1 million, and let's see if he's got a fresh lease on life, and let's see what we can do with some of that money in the summer.
Where does Nathan's role in all of this?
Say that again?
Nathan, how does he fit into?
He's going to have to fit in right away. I mean, Jackson ain't playing against DC, so
he got some
level of mistakes that you got from Javi. At the press conference, you mentioned that the mistake he made was due to his lack of play time. Well, Nathan hasn't seen any play time either. So, are you expecting the same level? And does the leash exist for him to make those mistakes?
sure. He played full 90 for Defiance.
I was gonna say.
Javi also played a few games, and then you also made that comment.
Well, we do the best we can
I know
to get him ready.
Correct. And my question remains: Is there a
Okay.
leash for him to make those mistakes?
Sure.
What did you see out of Nathan in those 90 minutes with Defiance?
It's good. It's a good run out. I mean, those games are challenging to assess sometimes because he hasn't been with the team. He doesn't train with them. He trains with us, and sometimes going there to play is challenging. That rhythm of that group is a little different than ours, but he did well.
Thinking about Javi, can you just elaborate a little more how he impacted on and off the pitch during his time here?
Everybody liked him. He was a good teammate, and of course, I went through some of the games. There's probably a few more games that he had a good part in our success. So we wish him well.
The type of loss you're coming from are one of those losses that could break a team. It could break a season. What was the feel? What was the message today going on to this week to forget about what happened?
Well, if you look at the course of the games that we've had, you could say Austin, okay, our attacking wasn't great. In Colorado, we shoot ourselves in the foot. San Jose, we shoot ourselves in the foot. LA Galaxy, I thought we played well. We're dropping points because of red cards. With a little bit of better play, smarter play, a little bit of luck, we might not be having the same conversation. I don't think anybody's played us off the park yet, so whatever guys people say online and whatever they say out in the public, that's their opinion. But we still have confidence that we can get things done.
How much change should we expect going into this next game?
Well, we're going to talk about it now. We didn't know if the trade for Javi was actually going to go through till late last night. But we'll assess. We'll see what the squad shapes up because we got to start a certain group in Philly, and how does that backfill into the DC game?
And Pedro, did you get a firm timeline on Pedro's recovery?
It's going to be at least 4 weeks.
The red card on Alex was very uncharacteristic. What were the conversations with the player, about it and moving forward?
He's going to move forward. I'm sure he'll talk to you guys at some point and give you his version.
Ryan, how do you get the players to play smarter? Is that a lot more film studies, their situation on the field, or just them trusting and believing in the system?
They got to trust and believe in the system. They got to, be better on the field. We as coaches need to make sure that the training sessions are hard and intense. Today's training session was overall pretty intense. So it's a combination of all those things. Going over the details, the little details that matter in games. We'll make sure that we go over those again and again and again until we get it right.
How's Reed Baker-Whiting doing?
Better. Might come on the trip with us.
You talked about, some of those things that have just not happened for the team. One pass here, one mistake there. Everybody focuses on the tactics. Is there anything beyond the tactics? Is it a leadership on the field, player cohesion? Is there anything else that is not tactics?
I think a lot of it's not tactics. I don't know about what you guys see when you watch the games, but we get ourselves into good positions. It's not the tactics from our goal kicks, mid-block, getting past our, what is troubling, what has been troubling is when Christian gets down to the end line 3 or 4 times in the first half, and for whatever reason we can't complete that final pass to get a really clear opportunity on goal. So I don't think it's the tactics, it's guys making sure they feel confident. There's some, I guess if you call them, second layer of tactics, making sure that Christian has options in the box. So we got a guy near post, far post, penalty spot. But a lot of that is just getting the players to believe. You saw when that first goal went in Montreal, players believe. Things started to happen. They played freer. You can just sense it. And that's, I think, what's missing, not the tactics.
To your point on the film, the 3 spots you talked about players getting there, is it the belief that they need to believe that if somebody's got the ball, I don't need to wait, I just have the conviction, courage to get to one of the 3 spots you talked about?
Well, again, you guys watched the film.
Yeah.
That first, right from the kickoff.
At 3-minute mark and 4-minute mark.
Well, right from the kickoff. They kick the ball long, we collect the ball, we get out of it with some one-touch passing, we go down the left-hand side of the field, knew who overlaps. Where did Raul touch the ball to go out for a goal kick? He was, 5 yards this side of the near post. So those are the little things we need to correct.
Thanks, Brian.